So you just moved out your parents' house and you don't know how to cook. I got you. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to make one of my classic takeout favorites, beef and broccoli. Now look guys, no joke, this has gotta be one of the hardest recipes to mess up. So go ahead and make a run to the grocery store so we can hang out for a minute and I can show you how to make this dish. For the beef, we're just gonna use a chuck roast today because it's nice and cheap. I know beef is expensive either way, but comparatively speaking, it's pretty cheap. If you can, try to find a nice fatty roast like this with good marbling. Personally, I like to throw my beef in the freezer an hour before we start this recipe. That way it's easier to slice. We're gonna use our knife and very carefully cut around the fat cap, but you don't have to throw the excess fat away. We're gonna toss this in a freezer bag and save it for another dish. Now we're just gonna slice this nice and thin. Doesn't have to be too thin, just enough so that it cooks super quick when we toss it on the heat. This dish is already a pretty quick dish to cook, so you don't need to rush, just take your time. Now we got our beef, we're gonna toss that right in our bowl. We're gonna go in with a healthy amount of garlic and some ginger paste, some cornstarch and baking soda to velvet our meat, got a little bit of sesame oil, a little bit of soy sauce, and finally some oyster sauce. Now we're gonna mix this with our hands so that the marinade coats every piece of meat thoroughly. And don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. That's what the sink is for. Mix all that together, make sure every piece is thoroughly coated. We don't want one piece of unseasoned beef. Now cover this up, toss it in the fridge and let it marinate for 1 hour. For the best results though, you should marinate this overnight. All right, we got a toasty hot wok here. If you don't have a wok, you can just use a pan. Gonna hit that with a good amount of cooking oil. Marinated beef goes in. Now we're gonna fully cook our beef on a high heat. If you're using Teflon, make sure you have a wooden spoon or a spatula because you should not be seasoning your food with Teflon. Now if the beef costs just a little too much for you, that's fine. Feel free to substitute it with some thinly sliced chicken breast. And once that beef is nice and fully cooked, we're gonna set it aside. Before that gets too hot, we're gonna deglaze it with the ingredients on screen. This is a quick recipe, so make sure that heat is high. We're gonna use our wooden spatula and scrape up those little flavorful bits, resting at the side and at the bottom of your pan. Bring that to a boil. Once we have it to a boil, we're gonna go in with our cornstarch slurry. So sauce starts to thicken up. We'll go back in with our beef. Then I got some broccoli that I just cooked in a microwave. Don't hate the microwave. Mike is your friend, not your foe. Don't hate on the microwave. I like to hit mine with a little extra garlic powder. Now just let it go until our sauce fully coats our beef and our broccoli. Now my favorite part about this recipe is that you can make it in 30 minutes to an hour. It's super quick, easy, it's simple. It's considerably cheap, which I know that's based on your budget, but it's a good, well-rounded meal that's high in protein, giving you more bang for your buck. For those that don't have a rice cooker, just check the description of this video, and I have a quick basic white rice recipe waiting on you. I didn't get you last time. Nothing in here?
It's empty, bro.
What?
Only hopes and dreams.
Here's enough for the shot.